Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. About 6 to 7 topics for this video. It has to do with the Russians claiming they liberated or occupied, conquered another town in their march westward towards Pokrovsk. I'll have 2 maps to show you where this town is located. Strategic town. And that shows us that the Russians are advancing fast towards Pokrovsk. That is in the Donetsk People's Republic or Donetsk Oblast, however you want to name it. We're going to discuss another Russian drone attack on Ukraine. About 68 drones attacked and the Ukrainians destroyed not too many. That's very strange. Then we have Biden, the president of the United States of America, he threatens Iran, unsurprisingly, but hey, if you threaten Iran, I wonder who's winning. We, right, the American people. We're going to discuss that one. Then we find out that the Israelis, the Jewish state, narrowed down what sites, what targets they will hit in the near future. And then we have the Iranian response to that, I would say, imminent Israeli attack. And the foreign minister of Iran will tell us what will that mean. They're ready for everything, and there's going to be an all-out war. So I would say when Israel unleashes its attack, counterattack, response, however, whatever euphemisms you want to use for this thing, it's an attack. Iran will retaliate. I think that's going to be the beginning of a big war in the Middle East. And we're going to discuss how it can end, or how we can end. And we have the last topic here. We find out the Americans conquered, or at least they brought more air defense systems in Poland. So Poland is 100%, I would say, under US occupation. I should congratulate my fellow Americans. Good job for you, my dear Poles with balls almost snipped. We're going to discuss about what's going on with the air defense base, missile base, opened or soon to be open on the territory of Poland to defend you. So when the Russians are going to nuke you, possibly, the Americans will defend you. And if they can't, you're going to be flattened, but we're going to be A-okay here. We're going to just popcorn and watch TV. All right, my friends, let's start. Unfortunately, I'm not celebrating that. That's why I'm saying those guys in charge of Poland and many other vassal states, they could be called traitors because they push your nation, your country to extinction. Maybe not extinction. Because you're going to have a lot of people living in overseas, United States of America, Canada, and so on. So let's start with the first article, first topic. It is from Sputnik. It is from today, October 13th, 2024. Russian forces liberate Mikhailovka in DPR, repel 11 Ukrainian counterattacks. That's an interesting weapon over there. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work, right? Over the past day, Russian forces struck a military airfield, drone warehouses, and concentrations of Ukrainian troops in 138 areas, according to the Russian Ministry of Defense. Air defense systems also shot down 5 HIMARS rockets, 2 Neptune missiles, and 36 drones. I think this is just, how do you call it, a preparation for the Kerch Bridge. All right, and this is through, and I'm quoting, through decisive actions, the Center battle group liberated the settlement of Mikhailovka in the Donetsk People's Republic, end quote, the statement said. So where is that located? Well, this is the map of Ukraine. This is towards Pokrovsk. Pokrovsk is right here where my strong hand is. And this is Donetsk Oblast, or Donetsk People's Republic, how much the Russians took over. And that is, I will show you a better map than this one, but I like this one because it's too clear. It's in this area here. Now this is Pokrovsk, the Russians call it Krasnoarmeysk. I will show you another map. But in the meantime, Russia claims Ukrainian town as grinding offensive rolls on. Newsweek. So this is from 2 hours ago. And here I had this. Ukraine's military said early on Sunday, which is today, that its forces had stopped 36 Russian attacks around Pokrovsk over the previous 24 hours, including around Mikhailovka and Selidove. So let's go to another map. Let's see what do we have there. Boom. So here is Mikhailovka. Here is Hrodivka, Mikhailovka, Pokrovsk. This is about 3 miles, I would say, from here to here. So the Russians say they conquered this area here. Little town of Bethlehem. Bethlehem, I will have another map to show you where that is. So look at this situation. It seems like they are going around there and around there. That could be an encirclement. And this is another map from Google Maps. This is Mikhailovka. And we're going to zoom out. This is the town of Horlivka, the one that I showed you here. Here because it doesn't have it there. On this one right here, Horlivka. Or Hrodivka, Mikhailovka, Hrodivka. How is that say? Horlivka, these guys, and the other one Hodrivka. So this is southeast of Pokrovsk. All right, let me do it like this. All right. There's Pokrovsk. It's actually east of Pokrovsk. All right, we got that covered. Next one. Ukrainska Pravda. Sunday, October 13th, 2024. Ukrainian air defenses destroyed 31 of 68 UAVs launched by Russia overnight. I didn't read the article, but I suspect that we will have about 20-some, because I have long hair. I don't like my hair sticking out there, especially there. Probably in this article we're going to find out about what 23 drones or something were, how they call it, they use the electronic warfare techniques and they scramble them and there's done. And probably about 2 or 3 they return to, I don't know, Russia or Belarus. That's what I expect. Why? It's the same thing over and over again, which it doesn't mean it's not true. Because here, they provided the evidence. You see, these are all the drones they downed. You can count them and that makes them down. Ukrainian air defense units have shot down 31 Russian loitering munitions on the night of 12 to 13 of October. Air defense units were responding in Kiev, Poltava, Chernihiv, Sumy, and Cherkasy. So Poltava, Chernihiv, Sumy. Right there. So Poltava right here, Cherkasy, Chernihiv right here, Sumy, and Kiev. So in this area, the attack occurred, in this area. Oh, and we'll find out what's going on here. Another 36 Russian drones disappeared. Oh, I said, what, 23? 36 disappeared from radar in different parts of Ukraine. Information is being gathered. So they disappeared because they hit the targets? I don't know, but expect that. Russian forces launched 68 attack UAVs from the Russian cities of Kursk and Orel, along with 4 missiles. 2 Iskander-MS from Kursk Oblast and occupied Crimea, and 2 Kh-59s from Kursk Oblast. Russian missiles targeted Poltava, Odessa, Chernihiv, Sumy. Poltava, right here. Odessa, right here. Right, Sumy, here, and Chernihiv this way. I think that's the way it was. Correct. And then we have, they were launched from Kursk and Orel, and then from Kursk and Crimea. Right here, Kursk is here, Oriol is here, so this is where the missiles were launched, and then from the Crimean Peninsula, from this area somewhere. Usually they do it from the Cape Chauda by Feodosia, which is right here, the Kerch Bridge. That I'm waiting for these guys to do what they say they will do. So that's with that. Next one, let's see how Biden threatens Iran. Russia Today. Biden threatens Iran with war if Trump assassinated. Washington would consider an attack on the former US president an act of war, the outlet has reported. Question for you. Let's say Who's gonna inform you? Let's say, God forbid, right? God forbid, I don't care, but it's just, I hope it does not happen. Someone, let's say, assassinate. Donald Trump gets through that. Who's gonna give us the outcome of the investigation on that act? Well, it's gonna be the US government, right? FBI will investigate and many others, correct? So they will give us it was Oswald. And Oswald was, only he did it. It was nothing else. So they're going to point to someone or something, and they will make the connection, because that's what they're going to find, right? That it was Iran. We're going to be at war with Iran because the government says so. Do you believe that? Oswald killed Kennedy, remember? The US Navy was attacked in the Gulf of Tonkin, remember? Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, remember? All right, I can go on and on and on. What I'm trying to say is this: who's gonna benefit mostly out of, let's say, United States of America is against Iran? Not you and I. I think another country in the Middle East who harnessed this baboon here, which is Al Capone. So I think that will provide it intelligence. It was the Iranians. The investigation conducted by FBI will find out it was the Iranians, and then we'll be at war, because who would disagree with retaliating to these guys assassinating our former president that now we love? It's a symbol. It's the office. It's not him that he's just a okay. So all of a sudden, Donald Trump will be elevated to a saint-like figure. Good job. Thank you very much for coming. Stop by more often. So these guys were going to let us know, and we're going to bomb Iran. And the whole world will say, look, according to your intel, according to your investigation, it was Iran behind this. Like it was with the weapons of mass destruction, Gulf of Tonkin, and the one I mentioned in 1963, right, in Texas. Cuckoo, bow. So they will let us know. We're going to bomb those, and Israel, who's cornered right now, will say, what a bad mistake these guys did, the Iranians. Now, thank you very much for coming in. And you can't disagree that we should respond if that is true. And that it will be true because the US government tells us so. And the media operatives will tell us and the baboons that. Got that? So all of a sudden, we defend ourselves from the evil, this and that. Okay, done with that garbage. So remember, you could be at war, and remember who, che bono, who benefits? Always. I think the big beneficiaries, how we call it, of this would be Israel. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen. All right, let's go and see what Israel got ready for Iran. Reuters, October 13th, 2024. US officials believe Israel will target military and energy sites in Iran. NBC report. Question for you, my friends. Do you think that before you punch, you tell everybody else where you're going to punch? No. It has to be a surprise. Unless you fake it. Do it here and you come the other way around. You do something else. Unless you're so strong. You're so strong that you're certain that your punch will knock the shit out of the other side. You say, you know what? I'm going to use this. It's going to be a straight, right from here. Boom. And the other guy's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to block it, man. And you do it, go through his guard, and smash his teeth out. Now, if you're that good, I don't think Israel is that good. So you don't tell them. You say, we're going to punch you with a jab, and then you go with an uppercut. You come closer and boom. That's how you do. Disinformation, that's the warfare over there. So in order for a US official to know or to believe, you know or you don't know. If you don't know, I don't want to hear it. You know? Okay, tell us. That means they believe. That means they have some information. These guys will hit those targets, which, goes without saying. That's what they're going to do. The problem is what kind of targets. And then I will go into that. So then these guys have the green light somehow to tell us, the mass media, and the mass media has the green light to let us know what Israel will do. Are you crazy? It can't be like that. It's not like that. Do you think that Israel is so strong that if it punches, it goes through those guys and these guys are going to be knocked out? I don't think so. They know so that is not going to be that the case. So this, I think it's a lie. I think it's a disinformation coming from the intelligence services. The guys allowing some baboons to talk to some baboons, and the baboons allowed to tell us that. And why? Because somehow these baboons have secret information from top secret operation that will take place, organized by the Israel. This is for baboons. If you think now, it's like I would say, you know what? I think tomorrow the sun will come up. Obviously, Emil, good job, Captain Obvious. The same here. Believe that will target military and energy sites. Okay, what else is beyond that or besides that? Now I would like to know what kind of military and what kind of energy sites. Are going to be the oil refineries, the oil wells? Is going to be the, I don't know, is going to be a nuclear power plant? That's what I want to know. I'm guaranteeing you these guys don't know shit, and they will not tell you that. They were activated to tell us and to keep those guys, like we don't know. So let's read just a little bit to see if these guys give us any information on that. US officials believe Israel has narrowed down targets in its potential response to Iran attack, because Iran initiated, right, this month, to military and energy infrastructure. The Middle East remains on high alert for the escalation. BBB would now make the case who's the bad guy, so we know who the good guy is. This guy said they will retaliate. There is no indication that Israel will target. There's no indication that Israel will target nuclear facilities or carry out assassinations. How do you know that? There's no indication. That means, but you have indication on the other piece of information, citing unnamed U.S. officials. I'm done. When I hear unnamed or people familiar with the issue, it's like I tell you right now, unnamed sources told me personally that actually, I don't know, Romania has 50,000 nuclear warheads. But I can disclose that. Can you verify it? Romania will say no. So I can come and tell you whatever, or I would say that, I don't know, Putin spoke with Biden, I don't know, last night, hey baby doll, what are you wearing? Or something like this. Unnamed sources and confidential, all right? Or anonymous from the US government told me that. And if you come to, I'm not going to disclose squat. Why? The confidentiality of our sources. Got that? This is how these guys are making news. Whenever you hear that kind of people familiar with the issue, or people, even if they say it was, I don't know, John Bolton, the baboon mustache imbecile, if they come and tell you that, now that guy is okay, so again, how do you know that? And go with some sources in the State Department. Again, you lost me. You tell me. No, you don't tell me. Why? For retaliation? So that's illegal. Oh, it's okay in this case, but not okay in the other one. This kind of leaks are, many of them, purposely vomited on us by the intelligence services into the media operatives to let us, the baboons, know, oh my God, what are we going to do? All right, you can believe that, but hey, I would be very skeptical. And we have, from my friends here from CNBC, US officials say Israel has narrowed down its targets for strike on Iran. All right, so we know, but not the nuclear facilities. Next, here is the Times of Israel report. Iran's foreign minister, no red lines encountering Israeli response to missile attack. So, Araghchi appears, this is what the Israelis say, to threaten the US over possible deployment of soldiers in Israel to operate complex missile defense system, as Israel sets to narrow down potential targets. Iran on Sunday said it has no red lines in defending itself. Got it? So that means we're gonna go all war. We're gonna hit whomever is over there. We get attacked, we're gonna flatten, if we can, the land of the good. All right, the promised land. And if the Americans are over there operating their THAAD missiles, and I'm going to talk about that in my next video, air defense systems, somehow the Israeli have the best air defense systems, the Iron Drone and a Dome and all that, but the Americans are going to deploy some more. can make shit up. That tells me the successful defense of Israel from the last Iranian attack, it was not that successful. If you need to deploy more air defense system to help, or maybe just to monitor. Again, this is another article from Agence France Presse. Iran foreign minister says no red lines. That means we're going to go all in defending itself. So if you guys attack us, we're going to go all in. And Israel, we said the same thing. And our perpetual right of self-defense, and unique, because we're different, unique situation here, law doesn't apply sometimes, we have to use something that we don't have. All right? You know what I'm talking about? Exactly. All right, let's say how Poland is occupied by the Americans, because if you think the Polish military has access to this right here, then you're just fooling yourselves. But you may say, well, I don't care. Well, you do care. I tell you why. So the air defense missile base to be opened in Poland soon by the Americans, by the way. Well, I tell you why. Because the government of the United States of America can get tangled and can provoke a war with Russia through you and use you to fight Russia. The Russians will nuke you and we're going to be A-okay. And when we see that things go that way, we're going to negotiate with the Russians. These baboons in charge of us, they're going to negotiate with the Russians, but you're going to be no more. No more. And then what? Well, I guess it was kind of like a miscalculation. Okay, collateral damage. Let's move on. These guys go over nations, over countries, over history, over traditions. Just like this. Do you think they care for, I don't know, 40-some million over there? Look what they did in the Middle East. Look what they did in Iraq. In Syria, look what they did in Libya, look what they did in Afghanistan, look what they did, if you want, even in Yugoslavia, just to mention a few. Do you think these guys care? Remember in the Second World War, remember the Vietnam War? Do you think these guys care? They bombarded Laos and Cambodia without telling us. Just carpet bombing. They used napalm. Do you think they care for what, Poland? They want to say, well, Poland for them is a name, like Romania. It's just a new guy that's going, it's today and tomorrow is not. So yeah, and if you think that those air defense missiles based in Poland will protect, yeah, they will protect some. And the question could be, so what should we do? Should we not prepare? Maybe you should use diplomacy. Maybe you should talk. Maybe you should not be owned by those guys who own us as well. How about that one? How about a fair, direct cooperation? Do you think they cannot cooperate? They cannot find a common denominator? I'm talking about the Poles and the Russians, for instance. You're pushed to something, and after you are pushed, the Baltic states will be pushed. Romania will be pushed. These are the guys at the NATO Eastern Front frontiers against the Russians. You're going to be bombed first. And they want to see how far the Russians will go. So I think your leaders and our leaders don't work for our interests. All right, so let's see what's going on here. So this is a map of part of Europe. This is Poland. I will show you a better one. But this is where it's located, in the north by the Baltic Sea over here. So, Polska. Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski has announced that the country will soon, so the country, Poland, you guys soon open an air defense missile base, and expressed hope that it will also shoot down Russian missiles flying towards Poland. Good job. So you see, Poland will open, but we find out, following the July NATO summit in Washington, it was announced that the new US missile defense facility in Roznikowo, Poland, is now operational and prepared to defend the alliance. They defend the Americans. And I'm quoting, will open an air defense missile base in Redzikowo near Puk. I'm sorry, this is my pronunciation. In the coming weeks. This is the base we have agreed upon with the United States. Sikorski. The minister added that Warsaw will also in talks with the US to ensure that its missile defense systems could shoot down Russian missiles flying towards Poland, not just Iranian missiles flying towards the US. Did you hear that? The same garbage. The same garbage. I will explain. All right, so this is something that you guys are gonna have it. You guys. The US missile defense base in Redzikovo was commissioned by NATO in July 2024. So who owns you? Who owns that? As a component of NATO comprehensive missile defense shield, it is designed to detect, track, and intercept ballistic missiles. This facility is purely defensive and is staffed by approximately 200 personnel. I tell you how many of these 200 personnel will be Polish. Will be the janitor, would be the guys who pick up the garbage, would be the guys who wash the windows, would be the guys who I don't know, suck something. It's not going to be the guys active, the Poles will look at the binoculars. Hope you're back in business. Thank you for stopping by. So that's what's going to be. But hey, it's purely defensive. This is like using a knife, is like saying the knife, you can use it just to cut bread. Or just to, or a gun. You can use it only in offensive, but not in defending yourself. My friends, an air defense missiles, how does it operate? It has radars and have missiles ready. Missiles to what? To intercept incoming missiles. But those, if you can just switch these missiles into going up, into going to a source. They are missiles. You know what a missile is? It's a rocket. A rocket that is guided. It's either guided like this, with a little joystick, I'm exaggerating, or you give it the coordinates and you can change the coordinates while it's flying. A simple rocket, it has just a ballistic trajectory. So you say, okay, I'm going to go this ballistic trajectory, it's going to go, maybe it's going to hit that target. Boom, release it, and you have no more control of that rocket going and wherever it's going to go. And then you evaluate to see where it hit, and then you adjust the ballistic. That's what you do. But in the missile, you can change its component and direction. So the garbage, which is pure defensive, it's a lie. It's a lie. But it was obviously a lie, I would say. Now, regarding the shield against United States of America, let me show you a map. Right here. This is the map of Europe. So this is located here by Gdansk, right? Gdansk, right there. This is Gdansk corridor that we're not going to talk about. And here it is. Part of this was Germany, but now it's over there. It's over here. We're not going to talk about these things. So here is where it's located. So they tell me that that location is for the Iranian missiles coming from somewhere where my balls are. You know where my balls are? Right here, right there. So with that, even a little bit, maybe where my hand is, right here, my palm. So about even worse, the east are the Iranian missiles, and they fly from here going towards Poland, and then we go here, right here, and then we go here towards 3,000 miles over the Atlantic Ocean towards United States of America. This is a lie. This is right here for the Russians attacking here, or London. This is what this is. It's bull freaking shit. But if you want to believe that, that's fine. But my point is this. In a relationship, in a equal relationship, intimate or not intimate, you have to have the same, if I do something, reciprocity is the basis of a equal relationship. If there's no reciprocity, there's no one is subordinate and the other one is the master. So if I, as America, United States of America, these guys, I can deploy weapons and whatever I want in your country, and I guarantee you they deploy whatever they want, and these guys will be happy about it. But you can't deploy right over there. No. Why? Because I'm so strong and you're so weak, right? And you need my help. But if I create some problems through the back door, that would affect you, and I'm going to be over there to defend you, I don't have to tell you. Do you think the Americans are telling the Poles, or the Romanians, or these baboons here, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to... No, they're going to create a problem, and then guess what? You're going to solve the problem. You, the Poles, you with your Polish population. All right, my friends, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.